Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong was pretty quick to criticise China. She said China's response was, quote, disproportionate and destabilising. They're obviously very carefully chosen words. Amanda, do you think she got them right?
Look, I think they're very diplomatically chosen words, but they are accurate. The decision to launch into what is effectively a military scare operation in response to something as small as a US elected officer visiting is, I think, quite bizarre, quite disproportionate, and there's plenty of room for greater strength from Ms Wong, but her words are not wrong.
Well said. Now let's talk about Australian culture, shall we? As you probably know, having worked in Canberra for some years, Australian culture would be an aimless exercise in Philistinism if not for the federal government's financial and moral support. The incoming government has rekindled this nice little earner for its friends in the arts industry by establishing five review panels to review submissions to its national cultural policy. Amanda, did you get a gig on one of these panels? And if not, why not?
Look, no, I didn't. Although I wasn't expecting a long line of job offers from the Labor government, given the positions I take on most things. But what I think is really interesting and somewhat troubling about this is that culture isn't something that gets imposed upon a nation from above. Culture emerges from the creativity and the daily thoughts and actions of citizens going about their daily lives. And so the idea that you can impose from above a cultural strategy that's going to somehow efficiently or productively direct the efforts of those in the artistic community is really sort of a little bit flipping the way that the creative sector works. It's, I think, indicative of the way that Labor intends to use the notion of cultural grants to feed their friends, rather than to foster and reward those cultural and creative organisations that don't just produce great work, but have great work that is recognised and supported by the philanthropic and private sectors because of its quality. A very good indicator of great quality in the arts is when it is able to bring on financial support from the real world, so to speak, rather than just from boffins and the bureaucracy. So I hope that as they put together this little bit Stalinist style strategy, they keep in mind the fact that the best indicator of effective cultural organisations is their ability to effectively engage with the kind of support from the real world that translates into tickets sold, sponsorships from the corporate sector in the real world, bums on seats.